Hello, my friend. How are you doing? How is life? Let's give salute to life. Let's celebrate life in its utmost giving and taking. Life is a beautiful thing to be in the mix of it all. The environment is giving us life. The wind is blowing. The sun is shining. We are breathing. We are happy where we are. I hope so. This is Tuko Riada with none other than JKKC telling you we are in good space. You are safe. I'm safe. We can talk. You can subscribe. Continue doing that. You add value to the content. You give traffic to the content. And you make this thing grow as it's been growing. We are doing very well in those numbers. So continue liking, subscribing, and doing what you've been doing. I appreciate that. Don't hesitate to give me a comment or two. I'll respond in due course. But in Tuko Riada episode number 110, I have some good and exciting news. It's all about athletics. Athletics offers a lot. But we'll start with the sad news. The sad news goes straight to the fallen angel in Agnes Tirop, and the fact that we are still trying to seek justice for that woman who perished, was murdered, was killed. And in following that, we find out that justice is becoming elusive as it's been for the family and the family of athletics, in that apparently the dragnet of the alleged killer or the alleged murderer has a crack. So it is alleged that the accuser of the one who killed the woman, Agnes Tirop, has escaped the dragnet of the Kenyan judicial system or criminal system. That for us as athletes and fans of athletics, we get sad every day when we hear that justice that has been delayed is always justice denied. That's how we talk. And so we hope they find these killers and bring them to justice. That's our hope. But for Agnes Tirop, we continue to voice our concern. Hopefully justice will be found. That's for Agnes. While we are still in Agnes, there's a cloud that I've been trying to talk about in the doping scandals that have plagued Kenya for a while now. It doesn't get better because, according to the latest stats, while we are trying to combat this endemic of drug abuse and corruption within the athletic family in Kenya, Bremen Kipkorir and Justina or Caroline Cheptanui are the latest victims of anti-doping scandals that have plagued this country. According to the writings that we find online, Caroline Cheptanui has joined Tulane University in Louisiana, which is about 2 hours where I went to school. And allegedly, she was under provisional suspension after being busted for using some drugs while she was doing half marathon in Kapsabet. Quite an interesting follow on that story. In other words, she's trying to elude justice or to elude the ban that was put on her case. And now she's in America, and she was 12th in the national championship of cross country after being on that list of most wanted, if I may say. That's interesting by itself, that the story unfolds while she's trying to find some refuge away from the doping ban that was part of what the Kenya system has been trying to combat. So yeah, it's a very interesting story. The university is denying having any knowledge of having been under that provision of being banned. But the Kenyan authority says that she should not be participating in athletics. Very interesting. To me, tells you a lot of how rogue the system and the whole idea of combating this disease and corruption that has plagued athletics in Kenya. But having said that, Bremen Kipkorir was busted again. I mean, it doesn't get any better for Kenya when you think about it. He's another doper that has been busted. And Bremen Kipkorir allegedly, or according to the records, is a reputable marathon runner at 2:04, 2 hours and 4 minutes in marathon. I think he won Sydney Marathon a few years ago. And to find that he wasn't doing it legally, it doesn't surprise me sometimes, but it saddens me at the same time. So I'm just started with the bad news there, but let's find some good news. Good news is that the Olympic champion, Emmanuel Wanyonyi, has decided to take his talent to Michael Johnson new inaugural or forum or athletic platform competition in America, which starts next month in Jamaica, the Grand Slam track. I hope he does well. He's joining Mary Moraa, the other Kenya middle distance runner from Kenya. They're going to be the two middle distance guys who have joined this new system of competition that is being started or inaugurated by Michael Johnson. I hope the Olympiad find his payday to be better on that side of the planet, and I hope he prepares him well for the World Championship if he's focused on that. So yeah, Emmanuel Wanyonyi is going to America. He's coming to America to see how his talent unfolds. Looking forward to the World Championship. Good for him. I think everybody should look for greener pastures while they're still young. Get a good payday. Hopefully it's good for him athletic-wise and on pace on his account. I hope it does well for him. Yeah, and on the interesting thing I found out about Mondo Duplantis, a man Mondo Duplantis, the pole vaulter from Sweden, has taken pole vault and almost monopolized it, because since 2020, he has broken 10 world records. And for every world record he breaks, he has to be paid. So he has revolutionized. He has made himself the face of pole vault since 2020. And if you haven't been watching pole vault, so what does he do to break world records? He decides, today I need a good payday, so I'm going to only do one centimeter. So every increment, for every increment he breaks the world record, he gets paid, and it's good money depending on sponsors, depending on the meet. But I think for world record you get like $50,000. I don't know how many euros. It could be more than that, but that's the numbers we are finding online. For every world record, this guy gets paid $50,000. So you think about it, he's broken it 10 times since 2020. He's a two-time Olympic champion. I tell you what, if you own an event, you can monopolize the market. You can dictate who pays you and when. I tell you what, if that is the way athletics is going, like I said about every world record these days, I don't see the excitement of the world record, but you know where the excitement is for these athletes? In the bank. That's where things start and stop. If your bank account is good, well, people can celebrate the world record. You are celebrating that you had a good payday. Good for Mondo Duplantis, the Swede, the pole vaulter. Emmanuel Wanyonyi, I hope you get paid, my man, when you go to America and join this Grand Slam thing. I hope it does well, and I hope Kenya put their house in order, because at the rate Kenya is going with doping, God knows. I think for me, the doping is a reflection of a country. It becomes scandalous, corrupt, and who's going to save it? God save Kenya. That was me, JKKC, reporting on the ground in Tukoria, the episode 110. Hopefully I gave you some highlights to digest, and we'll talk to you to the side of the pillow. It's been nice. Enjoy life, dance, and celebrate life, my friend.